guys thought that we were building something at a Zoom meetings today, like meetings what? App what? Okay, fair. I'm so glad. Okay. Uh, I'm assuming all of you guys have used Zoom before. Okay. How many of you had used Zoom for anything except for its meetings? Like chat, calendar, Zoom docs. Like you guys use Zoom docs today, I'm assuming. Like I sent a link. You guys click on that link. Uh, so this is basically like Zoom docs that will be following the workshop. Well, I'm not here to sell you guys anything, but just wanted to let you know that we have like a bunch of features available within your Zoom client. So if you have like a paid account, most of them are already available to you for free. Go and check out on zoom.us. Again, I'm not here to sell you. The good part of that is for any single product that is available on Zoom, we have a demo counterpart. So think of like, getting data from your meetings, or you're building your own workflows on chat, accessing data from Zoom to your APIs like your users data, your email, like Zoom email data, US from the Zoom Forte, really chatbot. So all of that is possible through our developer platform. So if you guys have any cool ideas and or build something cool, come talk to me or Deborah over there. Hey, Deborah, say hi. Everyone say hi to Deborah. Yeah, come and talk to us, and it'd be more than happy for you. So you will come and chat with us later too. But if not, I assure you, I'll be able to answer almost all of your questions. Not going to bore you with all these details. Just quickly going to walk you through like what are the different things that fit build on Zoom. So one is you could, of course, get access from your Zoom account, like data for your Zoom account. So think of like getting access about like getting data about your users, their meetings, participants, who joined when, what chat messages were sent to the channel, like all of those things that's available to our APIs. Like every time you make a request, you get a response, and it is also available in real time through like webhooks and WebSockets. Go on the developer platform, you can find all of that. Then you could also build apps into it. So think of like you have your own documented data like Quora. You want to bring it into the Zoom meeting so that all of the people who are in the meeting can collaborate on that. That is possible too to our Zoom apps. And then let's say you don't want to use Zoom meetings, you want to just use the Zoom's video technology to build your own video software. You can do that too using our video SDK. Again, I'm here, Deborah is here. If you have any questions, please come and chat with us. I also want to talk about something that we're building, we're cooking. It should be available in the next couple of months, which is RTMS or real-time media sweeps. So how many of you guys have seen all those bots entering your Zoom meeting and how frustrating that experience is, right? Well, we want to make sure that our users have the best experience when they're in the Zoom meetings. And you also want to make sure that developers are able to build on top of Zoom meetings easily. So we're launching real-time media sweeps should be available in the next couple of months, wherein you are able to get audio, video, chat, transcript data in the real time when the meeting is happening, and you can just ingest that data into whatever solutions you're building. Again, not going to bore you with all these details, but if you are interested in learning more about RTMS, we're accepting data candidates. So I'm going to keep this here for the next couple of minutes. Go ahead, fill out the form, and again, reach out to me if you want. Yeah, we'll be happy to chat. That's it from me, Sarah. Do you want to talk about Cerebras? I'm just going to paste this RTMS in the Zoom doc. Okay. Sorry for this, Nafu. So just go to the Zoom doc that I shared with you guys. You should probably have that in your email. Just click on that and yeah, you can learn more about RTMS.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I work at Cerebras with Daniel, who is just arrived back there. And we are a chip provider. So we build hardware similarly to NVIDIA that you can do really fast inference and model training on. And today we're going to talk about Cerebras Inference, which you guys can be used, which is going to be part of the workshop, powering what we're going to be building today. So we are Cerebras Inference. The picture on the left is a picture of our wafer. It's about the size of a dinner plate. And so, as I mentioned, we are basically building a chip for AI. So, really optimizing for speed, cost, and if you see here, running inference on Cerebras, this is Llama 3.170B, is 15 times faster than anything you can do with any provider with NVIDIA. So we're significantly faster than NVIDIA. And to kind of give you a picture of what it looks like to run super fast inference, this is our Cerebras chat. It's just running Llama 3.170B on top of Cerebras hardware. So can someone give an example question? Why is the sky blue?
Wait, you guys like 70B?
Well, we're still here. The sky blue. It's instant. We get 25,000 tokens per second. And so for a while, we have had the fastest inference compared to anyone else out there. And this is the hardware that's powering all of it. So we call it the wafer scale engine 3. It has 4 trillion transistors, 900,000 cores, and 44 gigabytes of on-chip memory. And it's serving Llama 3.170B at 2,100 tokens per second. So think instant inference. So currently, Cerebras is waitlist only, but we will be giving everyone here access to the API. So if you go to cloud.cerebras.ai, you can sign up for the waitlist, and then you can either talk to me or Daniel to get approved off of the waitlist. And one last thing that I want to talk about before handing it back to Ojas is that we have the Cerebras Fellows Program. So this program is for any academics, researchers, or engineers who are interested in building applications on top of Cerebras. And so we're hosting this program as part of Bain Capital Ventures, and it's an opportunity to get access to Cerebras' inference. Basically, you get free compute, increased rate limits, we'll have events, and it's really an opportunity to showcase yourself and your work, anything that you're building. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me or Daniel as well. And you can also learn more at cerebras.ai/fellows. And back to Ojas.
So, without further ado, let's get started. I'm assuming everyone has Zoom downloaded. Who hasn't? Who doesn't have Zoom downloaded? Can you download Zoom? Sounds good. Download Zoom, sign up for a free account, and yeah, the steps are already listed in the document. Who doesn't have a code editor here? Okay, so we're good on that part. So we can totally skip. Let me talk about what we are building today. So we're building another chatbot, but this time on Zoom chat. It's very simple on what it does. Let's say you're a user, you send a message in Zoom Peaks chat. That message will be sent to the server that we're building today as a webhook. We will then extract the webhook payload and call the Cerebras API. Sarah showed us, where she sent a message in the Cerebras UI and it returned back a response. We'll pretty much do the same, but just via the Cerebras API. So we'll send the message to the Cerebras API. The Cerebras API will return the response. It will send it back to our Express server. We will then generate an access token and send a message back to Zoom Peaks chat. Looks simple? I hope so. It's simple. So if you haven't downloaded yet, this is what your Zoom workplace app should look like. Sometimes the chatbot doesn't respond back if your Zoom is not updated. So go ahead and update now. This is the latest version that is available. I'm going to update it. So give me like a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes. In the meantime, if you do not have a Zoom account, please go ahead and create one. If you do not have a Cerebras account, there is a link in this doc over here where you can go and get the Cerebras key. Uh, Go ahead and do that while my Zoom app is getting updated. And I'm going to assume it's updated. So this is what your Zoom chat should look like. Is everyone with me? I hope so. If you guys have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll be there to, solve your questions. So let's go down. Um, are you guys familiar with what local host is? Like you have local host ports. Well, what we will be doing today is because you guys, I'm assuming you guys will have your own servers where you can send you the notifications. We're going to use ngrok. Uh, these are the steps here to download ngrok. For Mac OS, use this link. Windows, the next one, Linux, the next one. And if you do not have an ngrok account, go ahead and sign up for one and walk through everyone to see if you guys have any questions. But it's pretty simple. Just go to ngrok.com, uh, copy the command that is mentioned here, go to your terminal. No, I don't. So like go ahead and install it like this. So that you guys know, I'll be coding with you guys too. So we'll be doing this together. Uh, if you have installed ngrok, anyone having problems installing ngrok? Yes. So one thing I love about ngrok is like they have mentioned all the steps in order to open your local host to the network. Yes. So if I actually sign up here with my account, so if you go on ngrok's documentation and if you have already logged in, ngrok will show you all the steps. So this will be like first step to install ngrok, and the second step is to add your token. They already have pasted your token over there. So you just have to copy this link and then paste it here. That's it. Okay, guys, I'm going to assume most of you have installed ngrok. If not, I'll circle back later. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Um, Anyone curious what ngrok does? Okay. So basically, you have ports. I'm assuming not all of you guys will be having like an endpoint URL where Zoom is going to send you the messages. So what we're going to do is like they're going to open your local ports to the web. So once you open your local port to the web, so for example, um, I'm assuming all of you guys are here. Like you guys have installed ngrok and guys have pasted your token. So like step 1 and step 2 is done. So once you have done your step 1 and step 2, once we go to step 3, like I have like my own domain, but all you guys want to do is basically ngrok http, like basically just paste this command. And what it's going to do is it's going to open your local port. So in this case, port number 8080 to the web. And you can see that it will give you this URL. This is a static URL, which means it's a temporary URL. If you close this connection and open a new one, it's going to give you a new URL. So I'm going to, I'll just say, like, if you have opened a connection with ngrok, do not close it, at least till the end of this session. Is everyone with me on over here? Yes? Sure? Okay. Okay. So for now, we're done with the ngrok part. We'll come back once, but let's move on to the next step, which is the important step, is we'll go ahead and create a chatbot in Zoom. So go to marketplace.zoom.us. Marketplace is again our developer platform where you can go ahead and get your API keys. Marketplace is also, if you ever build like this cool app on Zoom, that's where you'll go ahead and submit, and that's where people will go ahead and install your cool app. So yeah, if you end up building like a cool app today, go ahead and submit it to the marketplace, and we'll release it to all the Zoom users out there. Moving on, click on Build App, and then click on General App. Do not go to the server-to-server auth or webhook app. Click on General App, hit Create. Is everyone on this page? Yeah, I'll wait for everyone. Also, guys, this General App 501 or whatever it is doesn't sound cool. So we're going to give it some cool name. I'm going to call it Zoom Cerebras Fast. Actually, very fast chatbot. You guys can name it whatever you want. If you have some time, go ahead and put like a cool image. Let me see if I have something from Cerebras. Yeah, but if you don't have an image, that's okay. Nail your bot something. And then most of you guys may be confused what's admin managed and what's user managed. For that, I want to take a step back. I want to explain how Zoom operates. So Zoom is a workplace solution. Whether you're in a university or working at a company or anywhere, it's like this core organization. So you have like one owner, and then there are a couple of members who are basically the owner is responsible for servers. So what an admin manager is basically if an admin in an account, let's think of like a X company with 10,000 users. If you build an admin managed app, in order to authorize or use your app, like if the other users have to use your app, an admin has to authorize that app. And if you build a user managed app, then individual users can authorize that app. How many of you guys have used Canary before? Great. So Canary is a good example of a user managed app. Uh, for now, let's go ahead and select user managed. You can see that you get a client ID and client secret. And then there is something called as OAuth redirect URL. For our today's session, we do not really need this OAuth redirect URL. So I'm just going to place something like zoom.us. But you could literally grab your ngrok URL too and paste it here. And I'll explain why we did that. But if not, you can paste any other URL. Just make sure it has HTTPS. Is everyone here with me? Ignore this part. Today, we're not going to look at accesses, but this is event subscription. So let's say tomorrow, if you wanted to get real-time updates from Zoom, like wanted to know every time a meeting started, ended, a message was sent, message was received, this is where you would subscribe to them, but we're not going to worry about them today. Let's go to the surface part. You want to click on team chat. This is a little bit confusing, so I'd ask you guys to pay a little bit attention. So click on team chat, go down, patiently scroll, and enable team chat subscription. where it says bot point URL, go ahead and grab your ngrok URL and paste it. I want to make sure that I have not assigned it like an endpoint in our code. Yep, nope, no endpoint. So just paste the URL as it is and hit save. You might see that we have received a bot GID and hit continue. When you go to the scopes part, you can see that there is a scope which is automatically selected. Scopes are nothing but permission. So this is a permission that would allow a chatbot to send a message on your behalf. And go to the local test section. Is everyone with me here? Okay, if you guys are on this page, just make sure you put a redirect URL. It could be anything. Hit continue. We don't have to do anything on this page, so hit continue again. Click on the team chat option. Go down. Where it says team chat subscription, if it's disabled, go ahead and enable it. Expand this and paste your bot endpoint URL. The endpoint URL is nothing but what you got from ngrok. This is where Zoom will forward all your messages to, and this is where we are going to listen to those messages. Hit save. Is everyone here? Perfect. Hit continue. We don't have to worry about embed. We don't have to worry about scopes today. And let's go ahead and, is everyone on the screen? Perfect. Click add app now, and it will take you through an authorization screen. Over here, it will tell you what the name of your app is, and it will tell you that it's asking some permission from your account. And it will tell you what kind of permission it's asking from your account. If you trust it, click allow. If you have previously given your ngrok URL, you can see that there was some request made on your endpoint. But again, don't worry about it. Go to your Zoom app, and you can see that your bot has been installed somewhere. This one. Yes. Right? So over here, you click on add app now. It will take you through an authorization screen. Hit allow. Ignore this page. And just you will see your bot here. Is everyone able to see their bot in Zoom chat? Yes, is everyone able to see their chatbot in Zoom chat? Yes. Okay. Guys, don't panic if your bot is not responding back. We haven't configured the bot yet. You just configured the marketplace. So if I say, hey, respond, don't be alarmed if it doesn't respond. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build a webhook receiver. Does everyone have access to this documentation? Who doesn't have access to this documentation? Raise your hands. Okay, everyone has access to this documentation. So we finished this part. Now let's move on to the next part. We're setting up a webhook receiver. What we are doing is right now, whenever we send a message, we don't know what's happening with the message. We can just see in the terminal that we're receiving some message, but we don't know what to do with it. So copy this. Just copy literally the way it is and create a new file. We'll name this server.js and paste this file and hit save. Again, it's a simple Express app. All what it's doing is it's listening to port 4000. Again, make sure you go ahead and change this port 4000 to 8080 because that's the port that we opened here. If you do port 4000, it's not going to listen to it. So you want to make sure you're listening at port 8080. So make sure you change that 8080, 8080. Hit save. Um, if you do not have Express, if you haven't used JS before, if you do not have Express installed, just do npm install Express. Hit enter. It will install Express. Is everyone with me over here? Yes, I'll come. So I'm assuming most of you guys do not have npm installed, so we'll walk through installing npm too. Go to Google, type install npm, Mac. Click on the first link and click Node.js installer. And hit download. Or you can just do it using brew. So, okay, I'm going to paste the command here. Um, where are we? Code. So first go ahead and install Node and then move on to the next command. By the way, if you guys are comfortable with some other programming language, you can totally convert that code using various AI tools. You can even try Cerebras and see if it converts it to your favorite programming language. Hey guys, anyone having issues installing Node.js? Okay. Yes. It's a command I've mentioned there is for MacBook. Yes, there is also an option to directly download Node.js. So if you go here, click on pre-built installer and hit download installer. Yeah, so if you have a PARP account, they probably have disabled all these parts. So create a free account, all the step size. Yes. So if everyone has installed Node, everyone has installed Express, everyone has changed the port number to 8080, because that's the port. By the way, someone over here is using an alternative to Node.js. So make sure you're specifying the correct port in your code. If you're done with all of this, just do node server.js. And it will say that the server is listening to port 8080. Is everyone with me on this step? If you're getting an error, that means either you have not installed Node.js properly or Express.js has not been installed properly. Is everyone seeing this message? Okay, you can open one port only once. So if you've already opened port 4000 from your terminal and you're trying to open it from your code editor terminal as well, it's not going to work. Okay, if you're using VS Code and you're seeing something like this, the big white dot, that means your code has not been saved. That means you're probably going to get an error when you're going to run the code. So hit save, which means you're not seeing the white dot, and then run this command node server.js, and it will say that your server is running on port 8080. Is everyone here? I'm going to assume yes. So now what happens is when you go back to your Zoom chat app and you say, hey, you should be able to see a payload something like this. It will have your account ID, it will have your channel name, which will probably be the name of your bot. It will have the message that you sent. It will have the robot JID, and it will have a bunch of other details. We don't need to worry about them right now. So type a message in your chat and see if you're able to see it in your terminal. Guys, please make sure your port numbers are correct. Whatever port number you have opened on nDrop, make sure that's the same port number in your Groffle, in your airport. Guys, please do not shut down nDrop. If you shut down nDrop, it's not going to forward messages. So start nDrop, remember the port number that you started nDrop on, and then forget about it. But do not shut it down. Is everyone able to see this message? Yes. Let's move on to the next step. The next step is we are receiving a message. We want to send back a message. We want to tell the chatbot like, hey, we received your message. Now we want to send back a message. So again, just grab this code as it is. Don't worry about it. Just grab the code as it is. Create a new file called sendmessage.js. Now you could totally do this in like one single file. The reason why I've separated it is for you guys to easily understand. But don't run it yet, because if you run it right now, it's not going to start responding. We still have to make a few more changes. Again, what this part is doing is it's listening to your message, and then it's like basically in order to send a message via a bot in Zoom, you need to provide a few IDs. We've already got those IDs here. Like for example, robot JID, 2JID, user JID. I don't want you guys to worry about them. So which is why we're already capturing those within our code itself. Once you've copied this, copy the next file too, which is token.js. Because once you receive a message and you want to send a message back, how does the bot know like, you're authorized enough to send a message? In order to do that, we have to grab the token as well. So copy this part, create a new file which says token.js, and hit save. Then we are also modifying our server.js. We're adding a few more lines. Like for example, we're importing details from our token and send message file. So grab this. Make sure you're in the right file. So go in server.js, paste these two lines. Don't worry about it yet. And then copy this function and replace your post function with it. Also, make sure you're naming this properly. I did a mistake with the naming and it's giving me an error.
That's like workday at that's like you said, yeah.
Yes. We'll figure that part out. User JID, payload. And you know, guys, why this is happening? Because we have not provided a .env file. Like, where will it get the details from? How will it generate the token? So we're going to create a .env file. Give me 1 second. Zoom, Cerebras, chatbot. So in case anyone is wondering how this bot will look at the end, this is the code that you're looking at. Create a new file called .env, and I'm just going to before this step, just to create a new file .env. Yeah, grab this file as it is. Actually, wait. Yeah. Did everyone create a .env file like over here? Yes, just copy exactly how it is. Don't worry about your Cerebras API key. Just copy client ID, client secret, bot JID. I ended up deleting something. Okay. Now we need to paste these values. So for your client ID, go to your marketplace.zoom.us, manage, go to your app, and copy the client ID and client secret from there. Marketplace.zoom.us, where we created the app. Yes, the bot. I'll come to the bot JID. Did you guys, everyone pasted the client ID and client secret? Okay, perfect. Hey guys, if you're getting like this error over here, like this, after the user JID, just put a comma. Okay? Yeah, that's it. Now to get the bot JID, we will go back to the surface part and grab the bot JID from here. Grab it, paste it, hit save. Make sure your app, like your server is stopped. Run your server again. The bot JID is where you configure the bot in the surface section. Your client ID and client secret, you can find it here. For your bot JID, click on the surface part, scroll down, in the team chat subscription, you can find the bot JID. Anyone having difficulties finding the bot JID? Okay. Make sure you stop your server, restart again, and then let's send some message. Send message over here. Okay, guys, I've just modified the server.js, so copy the first 3 lines correctly. You want to input .env, or else you're going to get the error which says invalid client ID client secret. Again, just follow these steps like npm install Cerebras, like this command. Copy this file as it is, and then modify your server.js. And your bot should be able to respond back. Okay, so I'm going to implement this along with you guys. First, install the SDK. Then I'm going to copy this file. I'm going to say cerebras.js. Hit save. And I'm just going to modify my server.js too. Oops. Yep. Yeah. So just go to the document, copy the Cerebras first, install the Cerebras SDK, then copy the Cerebras.js file as it is, go ahead and update the server.js. Yeah, replace the older one because now you're also handling responses from Cerebras. And make sure to add your Cerebras API key. So your response from Cerebras should look something like that. Guys, you remember when I said if you are there, you're 95% done? I was lying. You're 98% done. We just have to implement one more copy now. Here, go to .env. I'm going to again add it over here. Here, just create like a .env file, and then copy this as it is. And then where it says your Cerebras API key, just paste your Cerebras API key. Yeah. So this is how it should respond you. But there is one thing we haven't implemented, which is like context. So for example, if I tell it, my name is Ojas. Cool. What's my name? And it will be like, I do not know what your name is because it doesn't. Every request, it considers it as independent and it does not remember the previous context. So in order for your Cerebras to remember the context, just copy this file as it is, paste it, save it, restart your server, and then we can start. Hello, my name is Ojas. What's my name? My name is Ojas. And if you're here, that means you're done. And then you can go and have lunch.